How bad does the Turk situation hurt? Because it's y'all grew up with each other. Y'all lived in the same houses. Y'all toured. I'm sure y'all have been on the same minivan traveling from city to city. So how bad is that situation that the family can't be tight?
I mean, I saw on TMZ where y'all were going forward with the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Dealing with the tour, man. I mean, what was going on with that, sir?
I know my rights. Y'all need to learn y'all's. Everything is governed by motherfucking rights. Everything in this world is governed by motherfucking black and white. The laws change every motherfucking day because legislation, congressman, whoever, you know what I'm saying, felt like, you know, we gonna do away with this and we gonna amend this and we gonna abolish this and we gonna every day.
Eat this year. This story start where the bright light's supposed to come back on and shine down on Cash Money. The reunion everybody been whispering about for years. Cash Money, the Hotboys, the whole movement that made the South sound like the streets turning into platinum. Online flyers pop up. Fans start talking. Turk see his name right there with the same dudes he came up with during that CMR early run. After all them years, all that time gone, that boy finally got the call. He back outside. That moment was supposed to feel like closure, like all them prison days, label fights, missed years that finally spun back into motion. But if you've been around the game, you know it never runs smooth when Birdman and Money got to share the same table. Turk signed on for the Cash Money 30th anniversary tour. People saying he was due a solid bag, something like 400 racks, real business. But when rehearsals got close and flights started getting booked, they hit that boy with the move. The budget done been changed. Numbers started shrinking like they rocked up a brick and put a 10 on a 1. Turk ain't the type to smile and laugh through that type of shit though. He stood on business and told him, nah, the deal a deal, the number, the price the price. That thing, you know, that boy ain't on the lineup no more. No explanation that made sense, just silence. Turk hit the internet the same day, calm with a serious face. They trying to play him, dropped him from the tour after refusing a pay cut he never agreed to. That's the beef right there. The block listened, then the comments came crashing. Some people said he tripping, others said he silent for speaking up. You know how the net get though. They turn every situation into a court case with no judge, just emotions and opinions. Turk answered back himself, no PR team, no typed up statement, just his phone, his voice, his truth. That boy said they try to downsize his bag like he desperate. Turk reminded the world he built part of that foundation. Hotboys ain't complete without Turk, and that's a fact. Every word felt heavy, like it came from somebody tired of being played like a duck. The wild part is that boy wasn't yelling, he was explaining. But when you from the streets, explaining sound like you crying. That boy Turk been through it all. Addiction, prison time, losses, setbacks, and comebacks. Now he finally got a stage again, and they telling him the price change before the ink dries. Anyone from the bottom know what that feel like. You work years to get your respect back, then they move the goalposts. That video on his YouTube channel blew up fast. Screenshots everywhere. Streets talking like they in the meetings themselves, and then the noise start mixing with something older, a beef from inside the family, the tension with BG. See, that history ain't no secret. Two men cut from the same cloth, but that cloth got burned edges. They came up side by side, same addiction, same label, same grind, same hunger. When BG came home, fans wanted to see unity, but instead things turned sideways online. Posts, lives, YouTube videos. Turk said he tried to reach out. Other side act like they done talking. Each clip got flipped, cropped, reposted until it looked like a full-blown wall. To outsiders, it was entertainment. To them boys, it was personal. Some say the love's still there somewhere, but ego blocking the signal. That's how I go when old wounds meet new followers. Every disagreement and turn into a viral moment. So picture this year, the tour lined up. One brother gonna be on stage, the other outside the venue, wondering how it came to this. Fans start connecting dots, saying maybe the Feud with BG had something to do with Turk getting cut. To keep it all the way 100, Turk dropped the paperwork proving he had receipts. Once rumors hit the block, they lived rent-free. Turk stayed talking though. He kept saying he wanted fairness. Instead, the whole shit turned back into a beef. That boy said in so many words that he wasn't gonna let nobody write his name out the story, and he meant it. Every live, every clip, he stood on business. The internet don't like calm answers though. They like fire, they like drama, gossip, and mess. So every time time Turk tried to set the record straight, the internet twisted it back. He go live, explain the business side, and by the next morning, Blas got him ranting. That's the new trap though. You speak your truth, they call it drama. You stay quiet, they call it guilt. Either way, clicks and likes pay more than clarity. Then October hits and a new headline drops like a brick. Promoter suing Turk $12 million. The story say he leaked internal numbers, caused problems behind the scenes, scared sponsors off, wild claims, the kind that sound louder than the truth just cause the price tag heavy. Ain't no court verdict yet, but the papers got filed. Turk sabotaged the tour. Turk wrecked the reunion. Everybody got in anger now. But if you watch the man long enough, you know he ain't pulled off no sabotage. He been fighting for inclusion, not destruction. The suit read like revenge, way to turn him from victim to villain on paper. That's how these things move when money involved. The one who speak up always get framed like the problem. Through it all, Turk kept his stance though, steady posting, doing interviews, or talk about respect. He said again, he got done wrong, and that right there is called speaking up, not sabotage. You can hear the exhaustion in that boy tone. He ain't trying to trend, he just tired of watching his legacy get edited by people who wasn't in the studio for the struggle. Turk been clapping back at randoms and comment sections too, sometimes laughing at the jokes, sometimes checking people for playing with his name. It ain't about ego, it's about history. He watch people rewrite what he lived, and that boy ain't having it. Say bruh, so dig this year. Back on the block, the talk got split. Some riding for him hard, some saying Turk standing on principle. Others say he should have chilled and played politics, but politics never loved the real ones. And Turk was moving like a dude who'd rather lose a bag than lose self-respect. That's a rare breed in this game, you dig? The case still open though, and while lawyers talk fine print, the culture still talking Birdman. The story became bigger than the contracts. It became a mirror for every artist who ever felt underpaid or undervalued by the same people who they helped make become millionaires. If you from the Indo, you remember how Cash Money moved in them early days. Paperwork always been on some 360 shit. Turk directly fought One Wall back in 2015 when he sued CMR for unpaid royalties. He said he got what he was owed back then and tried to keep him moving. So this ain't about revenge, it's about repetition. History trying to repeat itself. And then you look at the timeline of this year, first the reunion, then the feud, then the removal, not a lawsuit. That's a domino effect if you ever saw one. Each piece knocking the next till the last one land on the man who started with the least protection. Turk out here defending himself in public while the rest of CMR shunning that boy. On some real shit though, Turk always been the most reachable, the most regular one in the group. No entourage, no flunkies, no yes men. That boy answer his DMs, go live in his call. That's why people believe him when he speak. And in between all the headlines, he's still promoting his independent music, pushing merch, feeding his family, staying active. That part don't get clicks though, but it's there. A man can defend his name and still hustle at the same time. When you step back, the picture look bigger than the argument. It's about how quick the game forgot its own builders. Turk, one of the voices that made New Orleans global. Before the Grammys, before the Forbes covers, it was him, BG, Wayne, and Juvie turning the streets into radio. But in 2025, he gotta remind people he's still part of that DNA. That's the disrespect hidden under the drama. Every generation watching this story right now learning something. Some learning how labels shift the goalposts. Some learning how ego can turn into paperwork. Some learning how speaking truth still come with fines. And Turk, he learning who really stand with him when the applause stop, and that's his wife, Imani. Ain't nobody saying the man perfect. He'll tell you himself he made mistakes, but what he won't do is let people paint him as crazy for expecting no game to be played. You can't call it messy just cause it make you uncomfortable. Sometimes honesty don't rhyme, but it's always right on time. So yeah, that boy is still talking back when the trolls pop off. He's still defending the story one comment at a time. That's what people forget. This ain't some distant celebrity drama. This a man from the same streets as his supporters, arguing with the same slang they use, fighting for the bag that he was rightfully owed. Listen close, you realize it ain't anger, it's clarity. That boy passed the point of hoping that people get it. He explaining it for the record now, for his fans that grew up with him, for the next artists who gonna face the same shit after speaking truth. That's legacy work in real time. And the streets, they respect that. They might joke online, but they they know what it's really about. It's the same fight every hustler face when somebody try to play them small. That's why Turk's story resonate. It ain't just industry politics, it's survival politics. You don't bend once you've been broke before. You know what you work because you earn every digit. When the dust finally settle, whether he win or lose the case, the story gonna stay written. Turk refused to let anybody play on him, treating his legacy like it ain't nothing, and play him out the bag like leftover from Sunday dinner. That boy spoke on it loud, clear, uncut, and maybe that's the whole lesson. The power ain't the payout, it's in your posture. So the next time somebody say what happened with Turk, you can tell him this year he stood on his number, got pushed back off the stage, took his fight to the public, held his ground, and faced the lawsuit, built the scam quiet. But he never folded. The feud, the headlines, the blog, none of that can rewrite the facts. Turk still standing, the same man from the same streets that birthed the CMR sound. Might not be on that anniversary stage, but he's still in the frame, still in control of his own voice. And in this business, that's the rarest victory there ever is.